Alrighty, we're starting. What's up, y'all? It's Failure Uncharted, aka K. Louie. I'm going to do a July recap of how my trades went, what I could have worked on, some of my biggest losses, some of my biggest gains, what brought me back into the market again, deposit more funds into Trade Zero to continue the journey of hopefully becoming a day trader full-time. And yeah, I'll share you my insights, show you some stats, go over some trades, and just review the entire month of July 2023 together, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so July 2023, came back into the market. I think I deposited 6.6k of USD funds converted. I'm in Canada, so that equates to like 9,000 something Canadian deposit into Trade Zero Canada, and it converted into somewhere around 6.6k. I'll show you a little clip of Trade Zero to show you the deposits made and equity and so forth. All right, so here's my Trade Zero client portal. Just to show you, started on July 6th. On my journey with day trading for this time. Equity didn't go into the account until the 6th, so I just want to show you guys the 6th equity went in. Before the 6th, nothing went in. This is June, this is May, this is April, so no equity went in till July 6th. Deposit funds, they took some fees away, did some day trading on that day as well, and yeah, I ended the day with this equity right over here. So just want to show that, you know, this is the starting point, July 6th, until all the way through end of August into September as well. So in July, first day back, made 144, not too shabby, getting my beak wet a little bit, back into the market, just dipping my toes back in. Friday, 165, and off the week with 310. Next week, pretty big banger, coming off from, you know, mid 150 days, ended the day with 1390. Pretty big in my eyes, and let's see, 1390. TraderView may inflate or deflate the numbers that I have. I pulled these numbers off of Trade Zero Canada, so it's a little bit more accurate because it calculates all of the locate fees, commission, so forth. So on that day, closed that. I mean, it's pretty close to what I have on my Excel. I traded multiple tickers, it looks like, on that day. Traded Rivian, GRR, multiple times on Rivian, PWM. So essentially what I see is that all small size, that adds up to pretty much a 1390 day. The biggest trade was Rivian, so let's just take a look at that. Rivian, so 1 minute. Perfect. Let's just go 1 minute. So it seems like I bought long, sold as pushed up. It double bottom right over here, bought long again, sold into that push, added, sold some more into the push. 24, sold up into the mid 25s. This one looks like 24.75 area, again sold to mid 25s, and it must indicate that it was going to hold and push higher. Added at 25.29ish and continue to sell upwards. I mean, it peaked up at 26.50, but you know, I took what I thought was the main part of the meat, and I just left it for for that. So that was Rivian. Also lost on Rivian twice as well, but yeah, so this was probably the second trade. This was probably the first trade. Not bad, not bad overall. Okay, so the following day was probably the biggest loss I had in a long time. I mean, I just started trading back in July, and deposit funds into Trade Zero Canada. And after 3 winning days, totaling up of 14, let's just say 15, 1600 total, I set myself back 3.3k. So let's take a look at that day. Yeah, it's just nasty overall. I mean, like, I was up a little bit, and you can just see on the graph here, I must have snowballed out of control in terms of like just getting so emotional. I was revenge trading at some point, got some back, maybe close to 1,000, wasn't satisfied, and it just snowballed into like, the biggest point was like 4 point some odd K. It's like close to $4,500 loss on that day, and I made some of it back closer to like 3,000, but after commission and everything and fees, you're looking at a 3.3k negative day. Unfortunate. Lots to learn on the days that you're down a lot. TAOP seems to be taking the biggest hit, but when you look at all the trades, I didn't get the right feel for any of the trades that I was in, to be very honest. I mean, PRFX was the only one that allowed me to claw back a little bit, and that was a long trade as well. It looks like, yeah, it's long and sold. And then short and sold. So I was playing both sides of the trade. That's good. But I mean, like, TAOP, let's take a look here. It's just terrible. Like, I'm looking at it, it just brings back such bad memories, but it's good lessons. How do I shrink this? Okay, so man, that looks like a short, but it's not. Like, let me go to the 1 minute. I'm pretty sure I longed it. I must have longed it. Did I sell? I longed it and I sold, so I made some? Not even sure. Oh, so it's multiple positions. Okay, so pre-market 1,000. That's Bella. I was adding into a position. Well, I kept adding. So that was that trade. That was that trade. Looks like I kept adding. I took some profit and I just kept adding into the position. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. And then look at this. Look at this. As it kept falling, I kept going long, I believe, and I put out 9,000 shares. I had no business putting out 9,000 shares of this ticker. And I had to sell it for a loss. I longed it. I lost 3 cents on it. Wow. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. It looks like... Here, let me show you guys on this. The 1 minute. So it looks like I started up here, started selling a little bit, sold a little bit more. As it came back down over here, I didn't think $1 was going to crack because I was going long on TAOP, and as it cracked I kept adding to my position. I didn't believe it, should have cut right when it cracked 1, didn't add to my position, ate the loss right here at 76. Then I thought there might be a bounce over here, added at 71, added at 64, probably heavy, had to cut right here. So I kept averaging down, and then I cut literally bottom wick. And as it curled back up for the bounce, of course I started with a 9,000 position because I was just revenge trading at that point, and I lost a 5-cent trade right over here, so I had to cut it. Just terrible trading, like overall just garbage. Man, looking at this, just like what a dumb day and terrible decision making, like completely emotionally hijacked, not level-headed, didn't clear my head, didn't walk away, and just let this snowball into a minus 3.2k just on this one ticker. It was minus 3.2k. That's disgusting. That's absolutely, oh sorry, not this ticker, this is the entire day, but off TAOP minus 2.1k. Rivian had a little bit of loss as well. ELOX had a $500 negative. What was this? Okay, 771, it went lower, so I cut. So I had to start at 1,000 at 755 going long, added 500, 783, and it shot back down, and I cut the entire position for 771, and it went higher that day too, but I couldn't hold because I sized them way too big. I got emotional as it came back against me. I just cut because I thought it was gonna flush. I think a lot of it has to do with TAOP, of how I got caught in it, and that's why I wasn't level-headed. I wasn't thinking. I mean, the right move would have been good starter right here, a little bit add, watch it push, and then sell into, the push up. But instead, I got emotional, I got shaken out, and I just cut my entire piece right there. Try to get back in, cut right there. It's just chop fest. And then I try to do, add. I don't even know if this is short. No, these are ads, and then I had to cut right here. Yeah, it's just terrible trading overall. I wish TraderView would indicate that these are short positions or long positions. It'll make it a lot easier for me. But anyways, another L on ELOX. PRFX, I said I brought some back, but look at this one. I lost 15.23 on PRFX. Wow, did it skyrocket? Jeez, if I imagine I held this, went long, took a little bit of profit, I guess. That's pretty good profits, 42 cents. Yeah, that's not bad. And I went to $18 that day. Imagine if I just held this. Anyways, essentially a chop fest is what I see. I added, cut, add, made the profit right there. As it dipped back down, I add, sold a little bit thinking that it was going to do another push higher. It didn't. I added on this double bottom, got flushed on, sold right at the bottom wick. As it pushed higher, add, sold on the bottom wick again. On the bounces, I'm adding into position, and as it gets slammed back down and rejected, I sold. So literally, I'm starting my positions as it bounces up high versus on the lows, and I'm selling as it gets rejected. So just taking L's. So that this day, I mean, this day mentally set me back, because if you look on the Wednesday and Thursday leading up towards it, I had a double negative day following the nasty Tuesday loss. And I mean, just adding these up, like that's over $4,000 lost that week alone. So didn't matter what happened on Monday, couldn't really mitigate all of the risk. Got super emotional on the 11th, and it just snowballed into the next couple days. On the 14th, made some back, $1,000. But again, a little bit too late, a little bit too I was down a lot. Like making $1,000 doesn't really make a dent, but I mean, at least it's $1,000. And it ended the week with negative $2,000. So I mean, okay, you know, it's grand scheme of things, the bigger picture, not that bad. But had I not made 1,000 on Friday, that would have been terrible. Following week, made 145. You know, slow Monday, I think, for me. I think I was a little hurt from the previous week, so probably a little bit more conservative with my plays. And then the following Tuesday is just not my day. Wow. Following Tuesday hit a negative 900. So what is that, the 18th? All right. Yep, start the day with kind of going back and forth, and then just snowballed. Wow, almost went to 1,500, came back to close to 600, went to almost 2,000 negative, came back. It's just a roller coaster of a day, and then at the end of the day, you know, ended negative 900. And what caused it? I mean, looks like just a bunch of trades, not one trade stood out. I don't think I got my bearings. I think I was still very loosey-goosey with my trades. Didn't have much risk management in play. NKLA, this was the day. So it looks like I averaged in. Well, it's not bad. I mean, like I started with smaller quantities. I averaged in and try to really size in. Yeah, this is like market open right here. I try to really size in as I push up towards 260 area. But it was just strong. So this is a short trade for sure. Scaled in way too much over here, thinking that because it got rejected at 260s area and it came back down, I thought we were okay, but we were not okay. Let me see if I can zoom in. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so this rejection right here, and I just kept adding, and it just walked us all the way back up, added more here. By this time I was way too sized up, and I should have cut right here. Once it reclaimed 260, I should just get out of the way, because that's a red flag, and I should have known that. Even on this push up from 258 all the way to 272 and the highs of 273, and then it came back down. I didn't sell up here thinking that there was a pullback, and there was, thankfully, and I just got out from here. I didn't want to mess with it. Try to short back here again, gain a little bit of profit, but nothing substantial. I think I cut it right here because of this line is just holding up really well. But on the bigger picture, like this stock was holding really well. Like the bids kept holding and holding. PWM. Okay, I just got chopped up. And I think I tried to go long here thinking that there was going to be support. Got flushed on as I add into position, exit my trade, try to add back in on this curl back up, didn't work. Exit my trade, try to add back in over here, exit my trade. So just long is not part of my good setup. Like I lose a lot of money on longs, it seems like. ICAD lost 300 on it. Yep, scaled in, sold a little bit there, took a little bit of profit, started scaling in. But again, what time was this? This is 12 something too. Yeah, this stock got walked up the entire day, like out of the gate. Yeah, I just walked up, and I thought this, I was trying to predict the top right here, which is a terrible move because you can see it just kept walking everyone up. But scaled in, took a little bit of profit, kept scaling, should have exited right here around 342 area. Didn't. And then as I scaled more over here, I exited pretty much at the top. It set a double top right over here, flushed down, and it reclaimed. On this wick, I started scaling in again, scaled in, took some profit down over here, try to scale in. So I got a little bit of profits back, and I got the backside, but I'm pretty sure I was down quite a bit on this ticker had I not caught the top and reattacked it. Whoops. Yeah, so I lost on this completely, and I reattacked once this top was kind of set, and it gave one more push. Scaled in, took some profit, and then reattacked and added into the attack. But I should have held a little bit more. Yeah, so that's pretty much on July 18th. July 19th. What happened July 19th? I mean, TraderView says 300, but I know after locates and fees, I took a neg 715. NKLA, of course, got wrecked on it again. So it looks like I was up on the day and gave everything back, probably because of NKLA. Wow, I sized in way too heavy if that's what I'm thinking. Let's do 5 minutes. Yeah, I just had no patience. I sized in too much and I had to exit my position. So it looks like I went long at 253, added at 252, added some more at 252, and my stop was just 249, like super tight risk, 3 cents, and took a negative 226. Right, was that right? Yeah, 220. Yeah, so after fees and commission, like 250 loss. I mean, the thesis was there, but I was just too tight. I was way too tight with the risk, but it dipped down to 246. I should have known. It just comes with experience and getting more screen time, because I should have seen this level right here, that I need to allow it to test this level and break below this level right here before I exited my position. But I was thinking this level held, then it put a low, and it grinded back up, pushed up, pulled back a little bit. Maybe it wouldn't retest this level, and maybe it would just be held by this level. I think that's what I was thinking. But I sized them way too heavy right over here, because it did eventually make a new high of day, and this would have been a killer trade on the push up. But because I oversized, I got emotional and I had to exit as it was cracking back down. So the 20th came, made $1,000. Seems like I made majority of the gains off of CVNA. But look at this. It's like completely opposite of what I have. No, it shows that I did close positive. Weird. Alright, CVNA. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so it seems like I scaled in, I shorted it. Scaled in. Ooh, I scaled in pre-market. I remember this trade. This is a really good trade. I think I swung this actually. Yeah, because this is the next day. Nope, it seems like I traded pre-market. Okay, so yeah, that was the push-up. Oh, it was the next day. All right, so this is pre-market. Maybe not close to pre-market. It was like 3:30-ish. CVNA had a push from power hour. I started scaling my positions in pretty wide because I knew that, you know, this stock was trading at $50 something. I think I was able to scale in like closer to 60 if I needed to. Had 4 bullets. It dropped, didn't take any profit. This was close to the end of day. After hour, I mean before or after hour, it just pushed up, and then during after hour it gapped down. It shoved down over here. I didn't take any profit. I was probably in the positive, and after it just squeezed and see it's squeezing shorts out for sure on this play right here, 53 to 57, but and whoever couldn't hold, thinking that it might go even higher, probably sold. Topped out over here, double top right over here, 57.15, and it just started pulling back. Yeah, it just started pulling back. Is that the same day? Yep, same day. No, oh, it doesn't show. All right, so this chart does not show the after hour breakdown. But anyways, it was going sideways from what I remember. So after hour on the 19th, it squeezed up in after hours. And then the following day, because that's what I see following day at 9:30, the switch over time frame, it popped, testing the after hour highs, and it just crashed. As it crashed down here and it popped back up, I added into my positions, and I just held throughout the entire day and started taking profits over here. I should have re-attacked over here, but instead I didn't, and I just took more profits on the way down. This was a beautiful trade. It ended up closing man, it ended up like going all the way to 43, but you know, who knew, right? I didn't know it was gonna go to 43 or 45, but you know, I took a pretty big chunk of the play. I should have left a runner, but I didn't. But that was a killer trade, and that's probably the bulk of the profits. Yeah, it was. Following day, July 21st. Simple $300. I mean, it's showing $300 on TradingView. After commissions, everything, I made $195. Ended that week with, you know, still negative, $259, but not bad. On that same week, I had to withdraw $1,300. Again, I started the account in July. I deposited 6.6K USD. I traded it. And right over here, boy, I got shot down, because if you add this all up, I was probably up close to, I don't know, like $1,700 on top of 6.6K. So like $7.3 thousand, somewhere around there, maybe 7.1. And I took a 4K back pedal, 4.2K roughly. And that hurt. That really hurt, because that probably put me around like $4,000 starting off on Friday. Gained $1,000 back. Try to work my way back up. Took another hit. I mean, this was a pretty substantial hit on 18 and 19 as well. This brought me back to like, I think it was like negative $1,500 back down. So it's just been a roller coaster all the way around. July was not a good month at all, and by the time, you know, the third week ended and I had to withdraw $1,300 out of my trading account, I gotta pay bills. You know, mortgage came up for payment as well, so had to take out whatever I could to, you know, just life in general, and that really hurt the entire account overall. So second last week of July, start Monday negative 177, Tuesday negative $80, Wednesday gained some back at what, 683. What happened Wednesday? A bunch of trades, just a bunch of trades, but overall pretty solid. I guess this is midday. Yeah, this is like 11 a.m. leading towards 1 p.m. Took probably way too many cuts on the way down, and then, you know, gained it back at the end of the day. But I was trading a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so there's not one big ticker that I lost on or gained on. It's just trying to chip away. But XPEV seems like was the biggest loss that day. Yeah, it seems like I try to long it, cut, try to long it, cut. Oh, XPEV, I remember XPEV on this day. It was crazy push up. Yeah, it was push up right off the gate. It just non-stop grinded from 1750 to like 21. And on this dip right here, I thought it was going to do another run, but it just went sideways, and then I sized in too much and got cut up. Yeah, that was a crazy day as well. But I made some on XPEV as well, because I lost 200 on XPEV. But yeah, I think XPEV was the biggest winner for me that day, because I made a 932, I made 164 on XPEV, 948, made another 144, and I kept trading XPEV throughout the morning push. And then, you know, I'm sizing too much right at 1120, had to cut it, try to do it again, had to cut it, finally got the push I wanted, got a little bit more out of it, and that's it for XPEV. 27th came, small green day. 28th took back, gave back 170. Was that 28? 28. Oh man, these are not the charts, the P&L charts that you want to see. Up really green on the day, right out the gate. $300 was my peak, gave some back around 200, start giving more back, revenge trading probably down to 100, peaked it back to 200, not satisfied, going up to 250, still not satisfied. Apparently took one dumb trade and it slashed me all the way to negative. Getting cut up, got even probably more emotional, and just ended the day with negative 100. So positive 300 to the peak, reversed, down 100. Gave back $400 that day, and it seems like it's just off of multiple tickers. Again, probably revenge trading at that point. So ended the second last week of July green, 279, and then to wrap up July, the last day of July, with plus $36. Yeah, after fees and commissions, I only made $36 at the end. That's it. That's it for July of 2023 for me. Got back into TradeZero with 6.6k. A huge roller coaster, because pretty much close to half my account got wiped out in one trade that day. That was an eye-opener. Got way too emotional, and then snowballed downhill from there, and I just couldn't think straight. I couldn't trade straight. I tried to make back money. I should have walked away. I should have got out of my chair and just get some fresh air and get different perspective instead of staying on the screen to find the next play or revenge trade the same ticker. So biggest loss that entire month came from that week right there. Just 3 red days in a row is no good for the account, for my mental, and just overall trading is just bad habits, you know, hard to shake off. My total commissions for the month of July came up to 2.6k, and overall I'm down 1.6 after everything's said and done. So try to come back a little bit here, even though having down almost man, like 4.3k that week. Try to make some back, which is pretty good. The climb back is not easy, obviously. So I'm down 1.6k at the end of July. Took 1.3k out, so realistically on the account down close to $3,000. Fees and commission is not included in this. Sorry, it is included in this. So this is after fees and commissions and locates. But I mean, like, look how much we're paying in terms of locates towards the broker of our choice. And just to show you commissions for the month of July, just a lot of commissions. My biggest loss day was right here. And look, I mean, like, these 3 days, I just kept losing, and I just kept, you know, making the broker more money than putting in my pocket. $1,000 in commission that week, $500 in commission that week. This probably over trading as well, $1,000 close to in commission that week. Just crazy, just craziness. But yeah, that's it. This is the first recap that I'm doing. It's more for me than anyone else, just to relive that month and, you know, learn something out of it. And, you know, don't make these days be set in stone and not learn anything from it. One of my mentor always said, it's you either win or you learn. You never lose. You only lose if you don't learn anything and don't take anything away from it. So I mean, this week alone and this month in general is just a lesson. You know, it's a lesson that we all have to go through. And unfortunately, I almost, you know, took out half my account by learning that lesson. Hopefully you guys can find some value out of this, and if it's helped, great. But definitely this has opened up my eyes in terms of, you know, I'm definitely over trading some days and revenge trading. I'm human as well, so certain things that I need to work on and just be more self-aware in terms of, hey, my head is not in the right space, and I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to squeeze something out of no setups at all sometimes. And one thing also to note for myself in the month of July 2023 is my long setups are not working. My background is long trader, then I switched to short bias, and I'm way better at shorting than I am at longing. This is what I've come to realize. And the month of July just proves it. Like, I had no business longing positions where there's no bids on the tape, there's no bids on level 2. It just kept getting smashed downwards, and I try to force trades and see levels where I had zero confirmations that someone was holding it up or if there was support, and I just entered. I guess this is part of the lesson, right? Anyways, this is the wrap up of July 2023, and hope you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys for next month. By the way, guys, the best way to get in contact with me is through Twitter. This is my Twitter handle, Failure Uncharted, and that's my name right there. And leave comments down below. Let me know if you guys got anything out of the video. Hopefully some of my biggest losses and failures can be a lesson for you guys and for me as well. Let me know if there's something else I'm missing that you guys want to share. Give some input for a pretty new day trader, I would say, on my behalf. And yeah, let me know how you guys are doing on your side, and if you guys enjoy this video, and I'll do more recaps of these monthly reviews on my end and continue to share my journey, my losses and my winners. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Ciao.